Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Tristan Barrocks here, the digital storyteller, and I'm super excited to be with you for another episode of Cinecut, where I will be showing you how to salvage your grainy, dark, and seemingly unusable footage. Are you ready? I'm ready. Let's go! Woo! So, before we get started, I'd just like to let you know about the actual video plugin that we're going to be using and featuring within this video. It's called the Neat Video plugin. Now, I want to let you know also that they have not sponsored this video. They have nothing to do with this video. This is just a video I want to create to show you how dope this particular plugin is and how you can dramatically change the quality and the usability of footage that you thought otherwise was non-usable. Anyways, let's jump into Final Cut and I'll show you how I use it. All right, so we are in Final Cut Pro right now, and I just opened up a project that I kind of set up here. Earlier this week, July 1st was actually Canada's birthday, so I know July 4th is America's birthday or America's independence. Well, the Canadian version of that is July the 1st. So we usually do fireworks as well. And we go out as a family, we barbecue, we do a whole bunch of different amazing things as a family. And one of the things that we got to do this July 1st is to go out to our local park and take in some fireworks with the kiddies, me and my wife and my son and my daughter. So when I went out to take this footage, I was going just because I was just curious to see how the FS5 worked with regards to low light situations, whether or not it was going to hold up, whether or not it was going to be a crapshoot, whether or not it was going to be usable at all. I have to say that I recorded this with the FS5 Mark II on the Atomos Shogun Inferno. That's their 7-inch sort of flagship monitor that does ProRes, RAW, and all that other great stuff. In this particular case, I actually shot everything in 4K 60 in ProRes LT. So that's like sort of the lower or the lowest sort of ProRes version that you could get out of that recorder, and that's fine. I mean, again, I was just doing testing, so I really wanted to just take in how well it was going to do in low lighting. So as you can see, for instance, with this clip here, if we fill up the screen and just pause it for a minute, there's tons and tons of this sort of red ugly grain, which is actually really terrible. And if you go to another clip here, we have all of this grain, and what this grain is it's not actually grain. It's what we call noise, digital noise, and this shows up because the camera doesn't know what information it should be recording, so therefore it just kind of records and interprets what it doesn't see, and obviously it does a terrible job at it. So let's just jump back into the footage here. And the first thing I'm going to do is, I'm going to kind of grade this a little bit. So I'm going to hold Command and press 6, and that's going to open up my color panel, or my color board, I should say. And I'm just going to go to exposure, and I'm literally going to drag down the shadows a bit, just so that I can get a little bit more focus in on the fireworks. And if you at any point in time, if you feel like, you know what, you don't want to crush the blacks too much, or you want to see even more sort of scientifically how your light is kind of hitting everything, what you can do is you can hold Command, press 7, and that'll bring up your waveform monitor, or you can change it to other monitors, which I won't go into right now, but I'm just going to leave it as with my waveform parade. And 0 right here is a cutoff point. 0 is 100% black. So we don't want to go beyond that point. We want to kind of go right up until that point. And then I'm just going to drag up a little bit more with my highlights. And as you can see, I'm still bringing in all that noise. And I'm going to take my midtones and drag that down until everything is pretty flat, which is fine. We'll take a look at that again. Okay, so it's looking better, but we still have a lot of noise, a lot of noise. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this clip. I'm just going to type in noise, and I'm going to use the reduce noise version 4. That's the Neat Video filter or plugin. I'm going to close down the waveform again. When you apply it to your clip and you go to it in the inspector window, you have to click on it on this little drop down and then click on the drop down again, and it's actually going to open up this dialog box. Now the dialog box is where all the magic happens. So essentially what this is showing you is 3 different ways of reading the noise that's within this particular shot. And as I move my cursor around, it'll show me different parts of the shot. And essentially what the program needs you to do all the time is to select a good chunk of the noise, because if you don't select a good chunk of the noise, then it really won't know what to correct, right? So this is just a way of kind of telling Neat Video, hey, look at this noise, get rid of any of this noise pattern throughout the whole video clip. So I'm going to go up to the top here to the top left hand corner where it says auto profile, and just click on that. Give it a second here. And what it's doing is it's automatically reading sort of the selected area of noise, and it's making or creating a profile. So right now over on the right hand side, it shows us a few different things that are happening here. I'm not going to go into every single thing. The major thing is quality. And I generally like making sure that the quality of my sample, the sample of noise that I'm actually selecting, is 80% or higher, because that will give me the most accurate sort of rendition of the type of noise I want. So I'm just going to hit reply at the bottom right hand corner. And now what the program has done is it actually applied the filter, the noise filter and the noise calculations to my image or to my video clip. So remember how our clip looked before? There was grain all over the brightest parts as well as the darkest parts. We don't have that anymore. We don't have that anymore. We actually have a pretty nice looking image. Now, if you want to see the before and after, I'm gonna try and set this up for you so it's a little bit easier to see. So this is how my video clip looks without Neat Video. And in 3, 2, and 1, this is how it looks with the Neat Video applied and is adding or reducing the noise. So as you can see, it's completely different. It's night and day in my opinion. If you can't see it, I'll try and put up a picture just so that you can see it a little bit better and see the differences. But it's literally night and day. So that's one example. The other example I'm gonna look at right now is I'm gonna look at this shot of my daughter here. I'm going to do what I did before. I'm gonna go back to the inspector window and I'm going to add a little bit of contrast. So I'm just gonna bring down the blacks. Now this might be too much, so I'm just gonna check my waveform by hitting command 7, and so I'm going to crush the blacks, bring up the whites, and then I'm just going to crush everything one more time in the midtones. Now this might be too much to overcompensate for, but I'm just going to try this and see what we get. All right, so I'm going to apply Neat Video again. do an auto profile. So it's going to automatically find it. So it's going to analyze the actual noise and then give us a percentage of quality. So it's only 77% quality. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and find another sample. Perfect. We have a 79% sample. And I'm just going to press apply and see what happens here. But this is it before. This is the shot before. This is the shot after. Wow. I mean, it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. So in these two last examples I'm going to show, this was outdoors, and it was just around golden hour on Sunday, this past Sunday. And again, these clips aren't bad, but what happens is, so for instance, with my niece and my daughter, if I go to correct these and I bring down the shadows, bring up the highlights, not too much, but just enough, and then I bring down the midtones a bit, I do still have a little bit of grain, and that graininess is not film grain, it's actual noise from the camera and from the sensor. I'm just gonna kind of make this more extreme by adding more colors to it. Bring down the midtones to take out some of the blue. So okay, we have this and it doesn't look half bad, right? But if we really look closer, if we zoom in, there's quite a bit of noise because I was using an ND filter. So I was using the variable ND filter on the FS5, and that will introduce noise, especially if it's dark outside. So as we can see, there's some blotchiness on the face here. There's also some blotchiness and some grain on my daughter's face here. So what I'm going to do is I am going to bring in the big boys and bring in this noise reduction filter. Okay. So now if we look at this critically, the faces are very much a lot smoother. So again, if we do the before and after, so let me take off the neat video filter. That's how it looked before. Put the neat video filter back on, and this looks like clean, nice, natural video. I'm very, very impressed with this plugin. It's amazing. As you can see, using this particular plugin is absolutely amazing. I think every single creative should have installed on their computer or as a part of their arsenal, because again, it's going to give you the very best performance, bar none. Well, that's the end of our video tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it and you learned something too. Like I said before, this was not a sponsored video by Neat Video at all. This was just something I want to create to show you how I actually utilize and salvage some of my very important footage, or not so very important footage, as you can see in our video tutorial. Anyways, if you have any comments, please comment below. If you liked the video, please put a thumbs up, hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button if you're not a subscriber yet, and please stay connected with me. Ask any questions that you want and I'll try to answer them as best as possible. Until the next time, peace. Hey, what's up everybody? It's your boy Tristan Barrocks here, and I'm super excited that you watched one of my videos. I really appreciate it. I'm super grateful that you took the time out of your busy day to just check out what I got cooking up. And the most important thing to me is that you leave better than you came. You leave with something new and something that inspires you and something creative that you're going to implement into your digital storytelling journey. That being said, if you haven't subscribed subscribed yet, feel free to subscribe to my channel. Also, feel free to comment, like, share, put the thumbs up, hit that thumbs up, and also share this channel with other friends or family members that you feel would gain something from watching some of my videos. Until the next time, have a wonderful day. Peace.